Hi guys, this is Scott WWFC for the Wolfpack, giving my match preview for the upcoming game against Manchester United in the FA Cup replay on Tuesday night.
It's agony, ecstasy, we're all one big family, we've got each other's back, we're the Wolfpack, we're the Wolfpack.
So, looking at the team news for Wolves, we look like we got a pretty fit squad. Bolly's on his way back, Gibbs White's already back. So it's one of them where you'd reckon that he would make a few changes from the team that started against Newcastle. However, it depends how bad he wants the FA Cup run. So if he wants a good FA Cup run, then he's not going to make any changes. I reckon it's going to be a probably strong side. I believe still out. So Neto probably might get a run out again. The loss of Petrone recently. So the bench at Newcastle was incredibly weak. So it's one of them. Would you bring them into this game to give the others a rest? Personally, if I'm being honest, I reckon he's going to go for this one. I reckon he's going to play a strong squad and he'll make a few changes. So, for example, Ruddy will probably come into this one for Patricio. But other than that, there won't be many changes. I'll go into my predicted lineup later. But yeah, I don't think there'll be many changes. I reckon it'll be a strong squad. Similar to the one we had against Newcastle, but like I said, with a few changes. Going into the Man United team, I reckon it'll be kind of the same team that played against us in the first FA Cup match against them. So I wouldn't be surprised if they don't change nothing. They keep that same team. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's going to want to win this. Like I said in my match preview for the original game, he's never beat Nuno, so he's going to want to win this. He's going to want to be up for this one. So he'll probably start off with quite a strongish team. But he'll give a run out to a few, probably youngsters, like he did in the first game. So like I said, he'll probably be similar to that lineup. I'm not a big Man United info guy. So I'm going to put you over to one guy that I know is. And that's Aaron from the United stand, who knows a lot more about Man United than me. And here's what his thoughts on the upcoming game.
Guys, what's happening? Aaron here for the preview of our fixture against our return fixture against Wolves on Wednesday in the FA Cup. Not much to say really against Wolves. I mean, it's been this is our fifth game against them now, and we've struggled to win against them. Still struggle. I don't know how we've not managed to win against these guys, and I think it's a testament to Nuno as well. Let me talk about him first. I think you have to hold your hands up and recognise the amazing job that he's done with this Wolves side. Took them up from the Championship into the Premier League, and the first season they've had was a fantastic season. I mean, they're in the Europa League. They've qualified for the round of 32. They've got a very solid squad. Like I've always said in Wolves previews, it's very rare that I hear of an injury, a Wolves player being injured. Obviously, I don't follow them on a regular basis, but when you play against teams, you hear, okay, this player's injured or this player's injured, and I've rarely heard anything about Wolves, which is another testament to their medical team. I mean, everybody seems to be fit every single game, and I know he tweaks up the formation here and there sometimes, Nuno, for this game and that game, but as far as I'm concerned and from what I see, he pretty much plays the same team all the time, and everyone just seems to be fit, man, and that's what I like about Wolves, man. It's the same team. They know exactly what they're doing. They've got clear instructions, and they go out on the pitch and they execute them. And I think that's the reason why they've always been able to not lose against us. And it's just a huge testament to the work and effort that Nuno and his coaching teams have put into this team. On to us now. Obviously, we have been very inconsistent since the start of the season. We've won some games, we've lost some games, we've drawn some games. And I've said it at the start of the season, man, unless we get in one or two midfielders, I said that in the summer, by the way. Unless we get one or two midfielders in, it's going to be tough for us to, get top four, because in the summer I said as well, we're one injury away. And when I said injury, I was talking about midfielders. And at the moment, we are in a huge crisis. I mean, Pogba's out, McTominay's out, and look at us now. you see what I mean? Yes, we do win the odd game against this team or that team, but overall we struggle massively. So maybe now with Bruno Fernandes potentially coming in, I mean, by the time this video comes out, he might already be a United player. You never know. But us getting linked to him and the deal potentially happening, I think this could be the start, of something good. I mean, we need legs in that midfield, man. Everyone sees it, but obviously with the owners and Ed Woodward at the top, we've got they are the huge problem. They are the big problem. But that's the story for another day. On to the game. I think it will be a similar game to the first one at the Molineux. I was there, and Wolves are going to be very tough to break down, and it's going to take something special for us to score a goal, and it's all going to be about that first goal. If we win, if we score the first goal, then there's a chance of us, getting a good result and moving on to the next round. If we concede first, I honestly don't see us coming back from that, because we just don't know how to come back from losing position. So my score prediction is going to be a tough 1-0 win against Wolves.
So that was Aaron there. He reckons that they're going to nick it with a 1-0 win. Personally, I'm going to disagree. I reckon that this is going to be the same as before. It's going to be a bit of a boring game. But I reckon that we'll nick it 1-0. I reckon it's going to be a snatch and grab at Old Trafford. I can't see, personally, Man United beating us, because we are really solid defensively. With them, could you really say the same? With De Gea making mistakes at the back, and their defence, like Maguire's not being the defensive, strong centre-back that you would want from when he was at Leicester. So, for me, the defence is dodgy. They'll probably play Phil Jones, if anything, and it makes our job easier if they do. So, it's one of them where I do think this is going to be a snatch grab. I reckon that will beat them 1-0. The last time we played them, you could see that it was so boring. It's so boring. We had a lot of possession in that game. They had a good go as well. But it was boring. It really, really was boring. And I honestly think it's not going to be any different this time. Because if we had beat Newcastle and we beat them comfortably, then yeah, absolutely, yeah. We'll probably go into this Man United game with the same mentality. And like I said, I reckon he'll start a strong side. So I honestly believe that with that momentum, we'd go in and we'd do the business on Man United. But no, I reckon this is going to be boring again, and I reckon it's going to be a 1-0 snatch and grab from us. So yeah, that's my score prediction. Going into my team prediction, I'll probably go with Ruddy in goal. Cody will start at the back. You probably have Kilman come into this one. Bennett will probably come into this one also. You probably have Vinagre on the left. Doherty will probably start on the right. In midfield, I wouldn't be surprised if you don't see Martini on Sace, with Neves getting a rest, but I would like Martini on Neves to start this one. Up front, I reckon Raul will start again, because obviously there's not really anybody you could replace him with. I reckon Neto will start again on the left, and then Traore will start on the right. So that's what I mean when I say he'll still keep this a strong team, because that's a strong attack. If he plays Neves and Martini in the middle, that's a strong midfield. Honestly, he's going to go strong for this, but as much as I would like to say that team will wipe the floor with the same team that we played against at Molineux, no, I reckon it's still going to be boring. And that's partly down to what I saw at the Newcastle game, because the Newcastle game was pretty poor in my eyes, when we should have dominated that game, capitalised on their injuries, and pushed on and got a solid win there. My score prediction for this one, I'm going to go, like I said at the beginning, but you know what I mean, I said it earlier, 1-0, snatch and grab. I wouldn't be surprised if it ain't a Raul Jimenez goal, because he is due one again. So, yeah, I reckon snatch and grab 1-0, Jimenez to get that goal. So, yeah, that's going to be my score prediction. Other than that, that's it. There's not much to say about this one. It's one we don't really want. It's one we just want to get out of the way and concentrate on the league again, with Southampton coming up this Saturday. European on the horizon again, coming in February. And then we've got to play Man United again at the beginning of February. So, to be honest, nobody wanted this. They didn't want this. We didn't want this. So, let's just get it out of the way, get it done, do the business, and then concentrate on the league again. So, that's it. I've been Scott WWFC. Thank you for taking the time to listen to me once again. Leave your thoughts in the comments below on what you think is going to happen in this game. And don't forget to check out a link in the description for the United stand where Aaron features. So, yep, that's it. All the best, and I'll see you on the next one, guys.
We've got each other's back. We're the Wolfpack.